Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome to this next leg of our Caro-Kann speedrun where I will be taking the account from 1300 up to 1400, playing the Caro-Kann from the black side. I'll be playing 5-minute, 0-second increment. As always, I want these to be educational and hopefully entertaining, so make sure you're prepared to pause the video when you see and hear the tactics recognition buzzer so you can try to find these moves on your own. If you have time, try to stick around for the post-game analysis where I can slow down and take my time. That's where a lot of the learning takes place. And that's it, guys. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, bell notification, all that good stuff. And let's get it.
And here we go.
All right, guys. Welcome to game number 1 of our Caro-Kann speedrun where we're going from 1300 to 1400. And yes, we finally get a classical variation. I've been waiting on this. Okay, is it going to be Alien Gambit, Mainline, or Tartic Hour?
Bruh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not have that line in my repertoire. What the heck is that, bro? I am out of book on move 5. Well, um, let's go with bishop f5. Let's go with e6. Mm, Yeah, I mean, this pin in the Caro-Kann lines usually doesn't do much. It's like just kind of a wasted move. Let's put it on d6, and if they go here. This will be similar to the hillbilly, except the bishop's not on b3. So I'm going to castle, and if they go bishop here, I'm going to play queen c7. I'm going to let them take. We double the pawns, stick the king in the corner, and this will be like a hybrid of the one of the Carolines with the Bronstein Larson. Yeah, take that. I want you to. They don't want to. Put my king in the corner. I really want you to take. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ooh, okay, that looks good because now we can go here and we're threatening to remove that and pick up the h2 pawn. Is there anything better? Queen wants to come here. Is that a problem? It is. They're attacking that, so might need to develop the knight first. Yep. Now queen here. This is covered. Now I think. Okay, let's think for a minute. Think for a moment. Bishop f4. Queen goes here. I'd love to have a rook here so that we can go there. So let's go ahead and play the rook here first, and then maybe this and this and this looks strong. Okay, good move. Um, they are threatening that, but I think we can throw this in first. Sorry. I blunder too. Everybody blunders. Everybody does it. Um, I do wanna I do wanna make a quick comment about this because I've had somebody, 1 or 2 people comment on the channel before, "Why do you laugh when you're, beating up on a lower rated opponent?" You guys know me. I love to laugh. If you're brand new to the channel, I love to laugh. And you guys know me, I make fun of myself. Yeah, when I say and do silly and stupid stuff, it's just fun to laugh. I'll never, ever, ever belittle somebody else that's lower rated. That's not the point. I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing because I'm trying to think of something funny to play or whatever. I'm not trying to put them down. If a grandmaster played me and they laughed their butt off because I was making bad moves in their mind, I'd laugh right there with them. I'd have no problem with it. So I just wanted to point that out. It's never to put other people down. It's just like chess is funny. The human brain is funny to me. So I put myself down and make fun of myself all the time. And I want you guys to laugh at me at my expense when I say or do something silly. So can be a very serious game, but you got to lighten up. Uh, to me, it's just a happier life. So, all right, let's see how we did. Okay. And again, I'm not laughing because we beat a lower rated player. I'm laughing because we got the 93% again. So, yeah, only 1 inaccuracy. I just think that's incredibly funny that we seem to be drawn to this one number. I know, it's just, fascinating to me. Okay, so let's go through this. White played fine up until that last moment, I think. Then that well, I will say that's a bit weird. Yeah, so really what I'm prepared for is taking here the Alien Gambit or the main line dropping back to G3. So yeah, I how long did I think here? I thought for 41 seconds. And okay, bishop F5 was the best move. Cool. E6 is fine. Bishop D6 is fine. Castling's best. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they actually did want to defend the knight here, but I was kind of hoping for some fun and some play on the G file. Yeah, they keep wanting knight D7. I mean, eventually we played it, but I was just kind of provoking them to take that. And you can see here, before that, we are pretty much dead even. White is up a marginal amount. That's a bit of an inaccuracy. Obviously, go through the checklist. Why do they make that move? Why would you do that? Well, they want to come. They want to come here to this weakened dart square, right? So we develop so that once you come here, this is. Yeah, we talked about this. We thought about this move. Um, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that wasn't even on my radar. I'm looking at trying to trap the queen here. So that's a mistake. Yeah, yeah. And now we hit them. So what I saw was, where does the queen go from here? So you have basically you only have a couple of squares to go to. So if you go here, then uh, yeah, this is what I was talking about. We have this, right? And now what are you doing? I mean, this is just lost because you can't go to this square. And no matter where you go, if you go here, then we can just take that. And the pin is revealing its power. That looks so, so bad. So, again, that's kind of why I wasn't really thinking about taking a free pawn. I'm just looking at, you know, tactics recognition, condition number 4, restricted pieces. This queen comes in here, and when we have this bishop and we remove and eliminate her escape squares, she gets boxed in here with these 2 bishops and a rook eyeing down a semi-open file. That's trouble. So, yeah, and of course they blundered the queen, which nobody is immune to. So, all right, good start. Let's go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Here we go with game 2. I had to readjust some video settings. We're already down 40 seconds. And once again, a very, very odd setup for white. Wickham from the US. Okay, so we can play knight f6 here and maybe get some kind of weird Tartakower structure. We can go in for a weird alien gambit. or a weird mainline, if there's such a thing. Yeah, that's an oxymoron. Weird mainline. Maybe I'm a moron. Okay, here we go. Gonna see a kind of a delayed Tartic hour. Oh, boo! No, no, no. So we're supposed to just trade queens here, which stinks because this is not. It's not good for white, but it prevents us from having our normal Tartic hour ideas, attacking ideas. I mean, we could have blocked with the bishop, but this is the correct move. I'm quite certain to trade queens. Maybe they'll play bishop e3, and we can continue our adventures. Mm, okay, we'll play a lame version of the Tartic hour. So bishop to e6, rook to e1. Get the knight over here to the f8 square. Hmm. Yeah, don't think we want to allow that. It would just actually, I'm okay with that. We'll just take with the e pawn. Yes, they have the bishop pair, but ooh, that weakens the dark squares. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in here. I'm gonna jump into these dark squares. And now, if you take, I might consider taking with a rook just to have some play on this e file. Hmm, that looks juicy. That looks tasty. Uh huh. That's actually a very good move. Shoot, I had something nasty up my sleeve. That's a really good move. I can't make it work. Yeah, so what I was looking at was, bishop takes, and then taking on b3, but the rook can take, and that opens a discovered attack on their light squared bishop, but I don't see any good discoveries after we take and they take on this 0 versus 0 bishop. Unfortunately, I just don't see it. Hmm, that is unfortunate. I don't wanna take. Okay, maybe just get the rook to the d file. I cannot believe I could not make something work. We could literally move this bishop anywhere we wanted to and have an attack on the e2 bishop. Ah, okay. Now takes here, takes. Still don't have anything on the c2 pawn. Okay, I'm gonna give them another chance. I want them to play a move where I can take something with this light squared bishop. Oh, man.
You serious?
Well, that's not how I was gonna draw it up, but, yeah. Again, I'm not laughing at them, that's just funny to me that they can't move this bishop anywhere. Okay, good move. Let's just, actually, I'm gonna play this oh, I got 31 seconds. I'm gonna play this move just so they can't get on the light square diagonal. We gotta go. We gots to go. Oh, we'll take that. Absolutely, we'll take that, and now we just wanna come down and trade. Yeah, I think this was a strong move to not let this bishop get on this diagonal, and now you can't stop trading. I guess they can play bishop c3. Okay, yeah, let's trade the rooks. It's actually not gonna be that easy with only 26 seconds left, but
I believe I can fly.
okay. What? Okay, you can take that. You better take it. Something's gonna get traded. Oops, wrong pre-move. I shouldn't pre-move because they could push one of their pawns. Take that, and that's it. Good game, Wickham. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of a weird, strange kind of delayed Tartakower game there. So I'll be interested to see. I mean, I may not have played that all that great, but let's see how we did. Okay, 89%. I think we are quite happy with that. We did have a couple of misses, so let's see where we screwed up. I thought White played a pretty good game there. Yeah, these are all book moves. It's fine. Yep, equal. It's just weird because normally in the Tartakower, there's a pawn on d4. White puts their bishop on d3. They play c3, maybe get the queen here. Maybe that forces us to play h5. These kind of lines that we talked about in the master class. And then, okay, I stand corrected. So, so blocking with the bishop was best. Maybe, I guess maybe in the normal Tartakower line when there's a pawn on d4, we're supposed to block with the queen. I know I have that in my repertoire, but I guess with the pawn here, we are supposed to put the bishop there. So, okay, all that one away in my memory banks. Oh, this is fine. Yeah. And man, yeah, that's a good move. I was hoping for something like this. I mean, well, you're not gonna put it on C1 because then that just drops a pawn, of course, but I was hoping that, maybe put it on a central file or something, and then I was like, "Ah," and then I was gonna hit the buzzer, takes, snap off a pawn, right? Because there's a 0 versus 0. They take, we take, and we grab a pawn, but on top of that, not only do we grab a pawn, we have a rook on the second rank, and my favorite, knight versus bishop in the endgame, right? A lot of pawns on some light squares, no problem with the dark squares. Push a7, maybe push this and this, and this bishop's kind of out of play. If they go rook here, then we go rook here. They take, we take, and these pawns are like shooting fish in a barrel. That's what I saw, but my opponent played that well. They did play the best move, I think, or just, yeah, snapping off the bishop, so we don't have that tactic. That was a mistake. Yeah, so I was yeah, so that was kinda my idea. So let's see what the computer thought about this. It's probably not all that great. Takes, bishop here. Yeah, that's not good. It's actually good for white because after this, yeah, maybe that's not the best continuation for white. It's still kinda even right there. Um Yeah, so after this, I mean, I literally made the comment that I want them to move something where I can take something with this light square bishop, and they did, and they put the rook there. That's just humorous to me. Um, okay, from here, yeah, yeah, this is just dead lost. I mean, is they got the bishop pair. It's not easy. Computer actually didn't think much of that move, but I liked it just so they couldn't, from a practical point of view, getting on this diagonal. To me, it just kinda boxes this guy out, like, where are you going? You're gonna have to go backwards if you move it. Didn't like that, but I'm just, everything's pretty much everything's winning here, and then I noticed that I needed to speed up. Yeah, I mean, from here, I'm just trying to trade stuff. Um, yeah. Look at that, guys. Look at that. File that away. I did that because I'm low on the clock, but again, from a practical point of view, I just want to remove anything that they can do to burn the clock, right? Anything they can do to slow things down. I don't want them to be able to give me any checks on the light squares. So just get rid of that guy. And once they take this, now I can basically pre-move everything. This pawn is locked. This pawn is locked. It's 2 against 1. We're going to push one of these guys, pick up the other, and we can either abandon this pawn and go mop these guys up, but it just makes it so much more efficient because I can just sit there and pre-move stuff. Now, if you don't have a lot of experience playing blitz or bullet or whatever, I'm not advocating that you should do that. But I do think at some point I'll play when I play my bullet games. I will actually play a lot of. I've beaten some, female grandmasters like WGM or female international masters or regular international masters. And I often wonder, what are these folks doing playing bullet? And then, years ago I used to wonder that. And now I know this like they're not trying to get a bullet rating. All they're doing is practicing, right? They're practicing that one little time control so that when that grandmaster, that international master gets into that position, they have practice moving quickly. So if you only play, and I was actually talking to somebody earlier today about this. I don't think it's a good idea for you to play the same exact time control all the time. Don't just play 15-10. Don't just play blitz. You need to mix it up. If you're a lower rated player or new to chess, don't play bullet. You shouldn't do that. But if you're an experienced player, I think it's okay to mix in a couple of bullet games just so you get used to moving pieces fast. Even if your bullet rating is in the toilet, it doesn't matter. You're getting different scenarios and different environments, and if nothing else, the time management control of chess is one of the most underrated things. Nobody really talks about it, but if you're only playing the same time control, I'm only playing 10-minute, 10-minute, 10-minute. When you get down to the time scramble, you're not going to be as sharp, right? So throw in a blitz game every now and then. Throw in a bullet every once in a blue moon. Mix it up, and so you're getting used to. Okay, now I'm playing 5 minute. Okay, I got to buckle down. I got to speed up. Okay, now I'm back to 15-10. I can slow down and take my time. So that time issue is more present in your mind, right? Something to think about. And I play so much bullet. I mean, this is old hat for me, personally. But yeah, so from here, I was just kind of able to pre-move a bunch of stuff, just give up the pawn, and just pre-move. You have to be a little bit careful here, right? A little careful about pre-moving. I kept my eye on this. If they do push that and you pre-move, they, sometimes they can promote without you knowing it. So you got to be careful pre-moving when they can push a pawn and take one of your pawns because some people can be very sneaky about that stuff. But they didn't. And then here, yeah, it's just a matter of again here. There's no reason to take this pawn. There's no reason to take this and promote. Your queen already has the king cut off. Forget about these guys. Just pre-move your king to this corner square. Now, I talk about this in my basic checkmating patterns. You want to get your king. Sorry, you want to get your king to these four corner squares. Once depending on which corner your opponent's king is in, one of those four corner squares. Once you have the queen cutting the king off, once the king is on the edge of the board, your king makes a mad dash to one of the blue squares, and checkmate will soon follow. So anyway, all right, game number 3. And we have Jay Holguin from Mexico with our tried and true E4 knight F3. And we have a advanced variation with a slight difference in move order. Let's go ahead and pin the knight. D4. Let's go ahead and play C5. Imagine C3. Yep. And now we take. And we're right back to, now we transpose back to what we're used to. I'm going to get the knight to F5. If they play bishop B5, we'll. Okay, so I don't think they're going to waste a move playing another check. So let's go ahead and get the knight to F5. Yep. Queen B6 is coming. Knight C3. Whoa! What is that move? That just don't look right. Where's that knight going? Here? I think we can simply play Queen B6. No? We have 3 attackers on this guy hitting B2. If you go knight here, then we just take that. Then you have to take with your pawn, or else you're going to lose the knight here. Okay. And this looks dangerous. Okay, let's snap this off. Let's try to force the bishop to get away from this B5 square, right? And now, once again, I think we can just take this. Yeah, I think we need to take it now. If we play something like A6 to stop that, I think they can just put the knight on C2 and they're defending everything. So I think we need to take the opportunity now. Is anything wrong with this? Right. Well, now we can just take with the queen, I think. Make sure. Okay, they do have a check here. No, they don't. What am I talking about? Let's cover. What am I talking about? Now we're hitting E5. They don't have a check. Yeah, and now you don't have knight B5 because that's covered. So now we're hitting this. Yeah. So it should be all downhill from here for black. Ooh, you're gonna allow us to take that and double the pawns, huh? Okay, so let's take and then play A6. We do not want this knight coming in to mess with us. Knight comes here, they're threatening the fork. Ooh, that's even better because now we can remove this. I don't like bishop against knight. You guys know me. I love to have a knight versus a bishop, but here I think I'm gonna snap that off. You take, we push, and we've got all the trump cards. Mhm. Here I could even castle. I mean, we could play G6, but I mean, even bringing the king up, we don't necessarily need to castle. I'm gonna play G6 because I'm thinking in the end game, our king might actually just kind of wander up here and start to pick these pawns off. I don't need to castle here. We just get the rooks to the c file. Okay, we're gonna stop that nonsense. Do not allow that. And now you're locked down. And now we're just gonna get control of the c file, and that's it. That's it. Well, let's just trade everything off. And if you take that, then once again, our king is close to what I was talking about coming over here. These are obviously very, very weak pawns. And now we're just gonna. I'm not gonna go here. I don't want to go rook to. I don't want to go and attack this pawn because then they'll push. I don't want to take because then they infiltrate. Right. So I'm gonna go to the fourth rank. I'm gonna attack this guy. And I'm not gonna allow you to push that. And now we just need to bring our king in, start pushing our passed pawns. Passed pawns must be pushed. I don't want to move this rook off the c file and give them control. We want control. Now they don't have any moves here. They can't. That does nothing. We just take. What are they going to do here? You push, you just take, and then bring it right back if they give us a check. This is it. There's really not much to say here. You're just going to push this guy home. And if you go back to the second rank, then we can give a check, pick that guy off. And they give us a check, we back off, and we're hitting this. Yeah, I don't know what that does. Okay, so here I don't want to push d3 because then their king slides in, which is not great. So in this case, I am going to play. Best way to do this. I am going to play. Put it on the third rank, and if they push it, now I'll push here because our king is further up the board, right? And now you can't push that either. We'll just take it. Just remove all the counterplay. That's a huge part of chess. Counterplay removal. And now we can push, and now we can get on the second rank here. Yeah. Now what are you doing about that move? You're going to have to hide your king, or else the rooks are going to be traded. You have to either have to go to the first rank or go to the third rank. Uh-huh. Don't go up. Oh. Tactics recognition. Condition number 3. Okay, good game, Jay Holguin from Mexico. Let's see how we did. Okay, 90%. We'll take that. I had a mistake and an inaccuracy. All right, so we have another kind of weird move order advanced variation. Yeah, I know the computer likes us. We got hammered a little bit because it keeps wanting us to play e6 after we get the bishop outside the pawn chain. Yeah, that's a very weird. I thought about that, but I didn't like snapping that off, them taking, them getting on the B file. I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but I just kind of wanted to save our dark squared bishop. But next time, we're taking it. Okay, that's correct. That was the best move. Okay, so that was our mistake. Why is that a mistake? What could they have done here? Oh, maybe they could have inserted knight here. Yes, they could have inserted the knight here, and they're threatening this. So if we take their queen, wait a minute, what is this? Can we just take this? This is a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, that's a blunder. You can't play that because they have to take our we go here and they have to take our queen in this fall. So what are they supposed to what's the in between move here? We just take with the rook, still threatening this. Why is this so bad? King here, rook here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can't. Okay, so I guess that is a problem because then we drop a7. Okay. Yeah, so taking with the queen was our mistake. Now we're sitting pretty. Snap that off. Yeah. And then that's so funny to me. It wants us to take it here. Hey, that's a great move. And then we take it and say, that's stupid. I find that fascinating. Okay, so it did want us to castle. What's the difference? 6/10 of the pawn. I don't know. I just king activity, bring your king up, get control of the C file, and yeah, just push everything down their throat. Yeah. So they had to play. I mean, here they had to take it. And they tell you they're going to stop the pawn, but here we can basically just do whatever. We just push here. We take, and that's it. They go here, and what would you play here in this position if you're black? Zuxwang. Zuxwang. Sorry. And now they either have to move their king out and you slide in, or they have to push a pawn, and we can here we can do whatever. We take. Now they do have the opposition. Okay, good game, Jay Hogwin. Next. Okay, next up we have Gaussian bows. Don't know what that means. Never seen that before. Knight c6. And what's it going to be? Pawn or knight? Pawn or knight? It's going to be the knight, so we pin and win. e6. Uh-huh. That knight to f5. Take. Knight to f5. Actually, hmm, actually, I like a couple of different moves here. Knight f5 is fine. It could push. Queen b6 looks good. Of course, our usual a6. Let's go for our a6. I always like to find out what is their intention with this bishop. Oh, okay. See, now I don't think that's good because now we can push b5, and now we go knight f5. And what are you doing about that pawn? You can castle long or rook d1, but then we go queen b6. Okay, you don't do anything about that pawn. Okay. Yeah. All right. Which one? Which one? Which one's better? I feel like this one is better because actually I guess it doesn't matter because once we take, we're forking these two pieces. So we're going to take the pawn and they're going to take back either way. So I guess it doesn't really matter. And we're going to absolutely, we're going to snap that off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything better? See it. Mm-hmm. Need to castle. Bishop here, queen here. We can castle, no problem there. I don't like bishop against knight, so I would like to trade knights if possible. Do you have any tactic here like this? Bishop here, take. No, we just take with the queen. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think this is fine. If they play a rook here, we will take that just so they don't have, these sacrifices. But I kinda like this attacking. I don't can't really call it attacking with tempo because we're not gonna win anything, but I think if we're able to take this knight off the board, black's chances of winning go way up. Ooh, okay. Does that work? Actually, looks like a very strong move by my opponent. Obviously, I missed that because the idea is if you take, they're not gonna take here, and you take. If you take, they're gonna take with check. If you block with the queen, then you lose your rook, and if you slide your king out of the way, they take the bishop with check. That looks like a very strong move. I am quite impressed there, sir. I think we gotta play queen b6 here and just be okay losing that pawn. That was nice. That was nice. Bravo. Bravo. Yeah, we can't try to this is one of those situations you can't try to be greedy and like, "Man, I just know we can win a piece." Okay? We blundered,
Stop, drop, and roll.
right? That's not just when our opponents blundered, we blundered, right? So, I blundered. So, okay, let's regroup, let's focus and make a very precise move here. And now they have to go back. Um, actually they don't. Actually, we're not threatening to take that. They can still take that. We gotta get castled on the next move, but at least we're cutting off the knight from these critical squares. I mean, I still like black's chances just because, this pawn mass is not so great. So white has regained their pawn. I just want to get rid of this knight. Okay, yeah, so let's just castle. And now we are threatening to take this for sure. And now I like this move because if you move the knight, this hangs. And I want to get rid of that knight. I want to get rid of the knight. Take that all day. Now this is hanging. So they just gave a pawn right back to us. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Oh, yikes. Double isolated pawns. Okay. So I'm going to push the A pawn here just because they had pressure. I need somebody to FedEx me some medicine for how to draw diagonals. I can't do it. Cannot do it.
You can do it!
Okay. So now we can think double up here, threaten to take the pawn. If they play rook here, I'll play. Okay. So I just want to get the queens off because these are um, so weak. It would be better if our rook was in front of the vertical battery. hmm Okay, again, let's offer a trade of queens. Now this is under pressure.
Under pressure!
You guys know what song I'm going to play when we when I cut back into this now, right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's bring the rook over. Yep, they're threatening that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's get out of the line of fire of that. And now maybe that frees up the C2 square for our rook. Okay, threatening mate. Yes, we acknowledge. My opponent is playing crazy good. Maybe we can get in here, putting pressure on the D4, B2 pawns. Yeah, that's a good move. And let's defend that. Mhm. Let's go. Let's just bring the queen back. Okay, let's go queen up. They don't have a check, and now we're threatening that. Otherwise, they could have taken with a rook, threatening the fork. Yeah, they need to be very careful here. Oh, unfortunately, that's going to hurt. Everything's covered here on the 7th rank. That is by far the best. You can take that. Take it. Take it. We'll simplify. That is by far the best opponent that we have played in the speed run. Take it. We're fine trading. We'll take that. Yeah, it loses the queen. What a game by my opponent, man. Holy cow. Many, many props. Check. That was a tough game. That's the best 1370. Golly, man. They played fantastic. Our percentages, I'm gonna include this anyway. I need to, we need to include. I'm not just always going to show games where we win or accuracy's high. I show the games. I include the games where our accuracy is low, and we give credit where credit's due. Our accuracy might be in the 70s on this one. So, wow, bravo to our opponent. Let's see how bad it was. Wow, interesting. Okay, don't think I was expecting this. So we play with 87, they play with 77. Maybe they got hammered, but really bad by these two, the miss and the blunder. I mean, the blunder was, I guess, right there at the end. You can't fault them for that. So, um, yeah, well done. Okay, so let's see. What should we have done? I totally missed their tactic. Well, this is pretty normal. That's that is so crazy to me. Computer says, "Play knight F5." Nah. Play knight F5. Nah. What are you doing? What are you playing knight F5 for? I get so tickled with that stuff. Yeah, that was the correct knight to take with. That was an inaccuracy. And then I blew it. Yep, that was our mistake. Actually, it's even here because we already won a pawn. Actually, this was a lot worse than I thought it was. I thought we were in big trouble here. Wanted us just to castle. Yeah. Yeah. I guess the move order here doesn't matter too terribly much. Yeah, that's the only difference of a couple of tenths. And then we castle. So yeah, not a whole lot of difference there. Yeah, like the bishop, like the trading. Now I thought we were sitting pretty. And, I'm actually a little surprised that evaluation not better than that for blacks, only 7/10 of a pawn. But that's weak, double isolated pawns. But man, white really played this well. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have, I don't know, got the queen out of the way, tried to trade queens here or something, and then put this rook here, right? Because these are double pawns. So rule number one is stop the advance, right? Which I tried to do. Engine doesn't like that, but I was just trying to stop the advance of the double pawn, and then we wanna occupy the square in front. Well, I didn't wanna occupy it with a queen because rook comes to a4. The queen is the worst blockader in the game, right? Knights are probably the best blockaders. So maybe in retrospect, I should have maybe flipped this around and put a rook in front so that we'd be attacking this frontal pressure with the rook. But yeah, see, right, that would have been a good opportunity to get this out of the way and then go here, and then double, then line everything up. So yeah, I definitely missed a little opportunity there. I went up. I was just trying to trade queens. Yeah, make an escape square. Good move. And they just kept the pressure on. Every move they made, it was something that we had to react to. I wanted us to go ahead and take the pawn, but yeah, I guess we could have. Oh, it doesn't like that move. Why does it not like that? Yeah, obviously that's the fork. That's the blunder. But what it wanted us, it wanted us to go best move. Yeah, I guess just to take control of the C file. I imagine. Yeah. Okay, that was not such a great move on my part. And yeah, now it's over. Um, yeah, fantastic game by my opponent. Okay, so we escaped one. Next up, we have Alexo Baramak from the Ukraine. Whoa, that's weird. You really gonna play D4 with C3 played? Pin and win. Yeah, I guess this is okay. It's kind of a weird move order. You gonna play knight here? Okay. So now we're just kind of back to an exchange. We haven't played knight C6 yet, and if they just play a normal developing move, we'll get this queen C7 move in since they have a pawn on C3. They probably should go ahead and play bishop F4 here. Yeah, nice move. Mhm. Let's challenge this guy. Mhm. So now they don't have control over E5 anymore, so let's drop it back. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think just the dark square bishop is gone, so obviously, I'm not sure which one of these is better. Probably knight F6. Yeah, because D4 is not weak. Let's just go our normal knight F6. We don't mind this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think we just castle here. Queen or pawn? Queen or pawn? I think I want to keep the queens on. Hmm. Yeah, here I just thought we'd push C5. That looks good. No checks. Yeah, you can't take that. Obviously, that hangs the knight with check. So we'll take on the next move depending on what they play, and then they'll have a back to having a weak D4 pawn. I mean, they can bring the queen in, but we will trade all day long. Okay, that looks weird. Probably good, but looks weird. Yeah, you take. I mean, you got to take with the pawn. If you take with a knight, then your knight hangs. Right. Now this looks very, very good for black. Very good. Very weak pawn here. I don't think we can stop them from castling. Knight e4 looks good. Rook to the c file looks good. In this position, I wouldn't mind trading queens. I'm also considering rook b8, and if they castle queen b4, trade the queens. We take back. The rook has got pressure here and pressure here. It looks pretty good. I kind of like that. Our bishop is loose, but I don't see any way to immediately attack it. We can just bring it back, and I don't think white wants to exchange that. This is probably their best piece, right? So I don't want to move the knight because then the queen comes in. So, oh, okay. Now that looks strong. I guess they can just go here. Also, bishop here to here looks strong. I like that as well. Let's go with that one. If you take that, we are perfectly fine. Need to make an escape square. Hard to make an escape square with a bishop on g6, though. Okay. Because I was about to say, if you go back, if you make an escape square, then they take, then you take, and your structure's a little bit ruined. Yeah, they're trying to stop us from going here. Makes sense. Again, this looks very strong. But they move their F pawn, right? So they're weak on this diagonal. So we got to keep an eye on tactics here. They go queen here. We have that move. Knight takes. Pin that. Okay. Now where does this knight want to go? Here. Stop that. Actually, I just want to kind of just want to get the queens off. I feel like this would be a lot easier to play with the queens off. And now we got a lot of pressure on this. They go. Ooh. Pause the video. Yeah, we removed the defender of the queen. And we just win a piece. Good game, Alexo Baramak. Nicely played. I thought they played pretty well. I did like Black's position. Let's double. And we're going to need to speed up. I'm going to reroute this knight to put pressure on d4. Okay, good move. Uh-huh. Just looking to reroute the knight here. Need to get the knight to c4. Also need to get control of the c file. You could also just push here. It's fine. Lots of good moves. 28 seconds. Plenty of time.
I feel the need for speed.
So we pushed a5, and whatever they do, they're going to lose something. If they double, okay, take that, take that, check, check. Let's try to get the rooks off. And we're going to go knight here and put some pressure on G2. Mhm. What do you do about that? Oh boy. Oh boy. That doesn't help. Okay, very nice game by my opponent. Let's see how we did. Hey, hey. 93%. We got a brilliancy. Sweet. Let's check it out. I guess the brilliancy was taking the knight on B3, I imagine. Okay, this is all pretty normal stuff. Mhm. Yep, again, drop it back when they don't have when really is when they have the bishop that controls the bishop on F4 is really what we're talking about. They don't have that bishop here, then we can just drop it back. Okay, so here I wasn't sure. Let's see. Let's see. So this is what I played was plus point two. What is this? Even, yeah. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, I kind of went back and forth on that one. Wasn't quite sure. Yeah, castling is fine. Okay, so I wasn't sure about that. What does it say about the queen? Oh, that's a half a pawn difference, so taking with the pawn was best. Yeah, C5, you can't take that because that drops the knight. So we played taking was fine. That was one of our inaccuracies. Yeah, go ahead and stick the knight on E4. I think I mentioned that. Those two back-to-back inaccuracies, but I guess I fell in love with this idea of pinning the knight. And it wasn't so much about threatening to pin the knight and creating double pawns. It was really about trying to get rid of their best piece. Is what I was looking for. They obliged, and you can see that's a mistake. That was their best piece. Nice and nestled in on this E5 outpost. So I was happy to see that get being taken off the board. Yeah, that's it. We understand, right? You're trying to prevent us there, but man, that's a weakening move. You just open yourself up on that diagonal. Don't move your F pawn unless there's a very, very good reason to do so. That was an inaccuracy. Was another accuracy. Hold on a minute. Let me go back real quick. It was 93%. Okay, well, all right. I guess I didn't look too hard. So no blunders, no misses, no mistakes, but we had four inaccuracies. It looks like they all happened literally like back to back to back, or uh, was that four inaccuracies in a row? Was it? One, two, no, three, four. All four of our inaccuracies were in the span of 5 moves. That's funny. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's our brilliancy. So got to be very, very careful about leaving your queen under attack when it's only supported by a lower valued. Well, I guess every piece is lower value, but when it's defended by something else, it's just playing with fire there. And I guess that was pretty much it from there. Well, this was fine. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have Abu Yasser 666. Yasser? Yasser Sarawan? This strange setup again with no pawn on D4. That's very interesting because now they're just down a tempo. And they have a pawn on C3. So let's go with our queen C7. Okay, so they're not letting us pin the knight. So what do? We play G6 and bishop F5. They take. When they don't take, we take. Otherwise, if they take, we get this good Maroczy bind on the E4 square. Let's fianchetto the bishop and castle. E6. And we just have a very normal position. I'm going to play A6, perhaps B5. Okay, so that's a good move, I think, by white. Otherwise, we were going to play B5 ourselves. Queen A5 comes to mind. Yeah, let's go with Queen A5. Let's hit the A2 pawn. If they take, we'll just take back with the knight. Hit the bishop. Probably want to bring a rook to the C file. Actually, here even in B5, we can play C5. We can D4 a good bit. Then we'll just get the rook to the C file. If they play B4, then I might just nestle the queen here on A4, put pressure here. I could just back all the way up. Let's do that. We'll go back to D8. Now I'm thinking about either taking, jumping the knight into D5. Okay, so now D4 pretty weak. So now E5 might be on the cards at some point. Play rook E8. Ooh, I don't think that's a good move at all because now we have a protected pass pawn. Yeah. So now having to defend that, you're going to have to play F4, and that is super, super weakening. Okay, that's just a free pawn. I don't want to trade my dark square bishop because this is our good defensive bishop, so let's take with the knight. If we can trade dark square bishops, then we're happy. But otherwise, I'll probably just bring this guy right back. What do we do every time we win a free piece or something? We just bring it right back where it was. I don't want this. I don't want this bishop coming into this H6 square. They want to trade it off, but I don't think that's necessarily a great idea because they're losing. Queen H4. Even just pushing in the center looks strong. Yeah, I think I will do that. I don't mind them coming down and trading. We start pushing our pawns. Ooh, that just helps us. Don't mind playing the F pawn because they don't have the light squared bishop anymore, right? Okay, so let's push. And now maybe I want to centralize the queen to be able to get the rooks behind. Yeah, so I like queen D5 here. Now that supports the E push, right? So they don't want to allow that. So we could push F5. I'm actually maybe thinking about doubling here on the E file. That looks pretty strong. This is not a tactic. We can take that. That's protected, yeah. And now I don't think they can stop E4. And we're just going to push. Push, push, push. I don't want to push the D pawn because then they'll nestle their rook in here. So I want to push here first. Actually, we can't do that yet. We can't do that yet. Queen C4 hitting these pawns looks good. They might want to give a check, but we can just block that. What just happened? It's covered. Well, I think we can just push. They don't have any checks. If you go here, you get the... Okay. Good game. Good game, Yasser Serwan. Fantastic streamer. I love to listen to Yasser. All right, let's see how we did. 89%, 4 inaccuracies, but no blunders, misses, or mistakes. Let's check it out here. Yeah, bishop f5 is coming. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That was one of our inaccuracies. It wants to go ahead and get it there. Honestly, don't think it makes too much of a difference. That's what we were going to do anyway. That's fine. Yep, e6. Yeah, so that's an interesting temporary pawn sack to immediately go for b5 to get a lockdown on the c4 push, because if they take that, then you hit them with I'm not sure if it matters which rook, but you're going to end up getting the b2 pawn. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. What's the difference there? It's only a difference of 6/100ths, so they're basically about the same. When is to take? Okay, I wasn't so sure about taking a tempo on the queen. Guess it's not too terribly bad. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They had to push f4 here. Yeah, now white's in trouble. Sorry, I just realized the engine's not on. Yeah, going back a few moves. Yeah, so the computer did want them to push f4 there. Yeah, now we just push. This is lost. This is lost. Yeah, queen d5, important move because you need to centralize your queen so they can't like start blockading stuff. So this just kind of helps prepare the further pushes. Okay, so that was another one of our inaccuracies. I want to do f5 first. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering if they saw some kind of tactic here, or maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they saw. Maybe they saw a check here or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, look at that. This looks so very dangerous. 3 pawns against 2, and the engine says, "Don't worry about that. Pass pawns must be pushed." And if at any point I was thinking at some point they might play queen d8, just try to get this check in. We just get the queens off, right? takes you're faster. You're gonna promote with check before they can they need 3 moves and you only need 2 'cause it comes with check. But anyway, so they, yeah, just push and yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, next. Next, we have Parish V from the US. Man, what is up with the E4, D3 stuff? Okay. Uh, makes me wanna jam D4. I guess we'll just continue with C5. If they push, then we'll take and go into our normal advanced. As soon as knight C3 hits, we are pinning. By the way, Chick-fil-A lemonade is the best on planet Earth. It's so weird. Hmm. Well, knight C6. Are they now trying to support the D4 push? I mean, this is hanging. Do you really want to have to play that? I guess we'll just play bishop F5 if they. We'll just copycat. What an odd setup. Ah, and then win. Now we can play E6 and our normal stuff. And I'm going to take that. And what's wrong with taking that? Don't see it. Checklist. Gotta move your queen somewhere. And guess what we'll probably do? Right back to where we were. Yep. Why not? Take something for free, stick it right back where it was. How many times have we seen that? Okay, I think E6, bishop D6, challenge this guy. Mhm. Yep. Let's develop and castle. Castle, castle. Always have to be careful about sacrifices on the D5 pawn when you haven't castled yet, because out of a lot, most of the openings I've ever played and tried in my chess career, I would say the Caro-Kann for black is the one that I worry the most about getting in trouble for not castling, because in a lot of lines you do delay castling. It's one of the openings where black waits the longest to castle for sure. Castling long. Okay. I don't think that really changes our plan. And now it's just full send. Kings castled on opposite sides. It's a race to see who can get the initiative first. We always have this check as an ace in the hole in some lines. Don't like that because that's going to open up the C file. Or if they take with the rook, then that allows us to push in the center. Yeah, I'm wondering about just pushing here. They take, we have a semi-open B file to play with. Taking here, they just take with the rook. Yeah. Taking here, that weakens f5. They can go here. Maybe always got to think about what are you leaving behind? What's the weakness you're leaving behind when you move a pawn? Okay, let's take that. I don't like this knight coming to b5. I do kind of like pushing here, getting the rook to the c file. Probably want to leave this rook on the a file and bring this one to the c file. Even b5 here is a consideration. I do this all the time in Caro-Kann lines. Let them take it. Sacrifice a pawn to give you direct opening lines of attack against the king. Okay, I think I will push here. Grab all this space here in the center. Yeah, I like knight e4 here because if they push that, then that loses immediately to the fork. Mm. We go here, they can push c4. And we can't take or push. Okay, so let's get a rook to the c file, make sure this is not happening. If they push, okay. Yeah, they want to get the bishop out this way, right? Well, I think now we can push. They can't take, it's pinned. Bishop here. Okay, we probably need to get out of the pin ourselves. I'm thinking queen b6 here. Need to speed up a little bit. They take, we take, that's protected. They need to take, yeah. I think that's the correct move. Oh no. I set up a little trap for him. Tactics recognition, condition number 3, checks. Ouch. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got all kinds of discovered checks. We need to see if we can find. I don't know if I just want to take that. Is there a better discovered check? Check. We got 24 seconds. Okay, let's just take. This should be good enough. How do you stop that? Yeah. Good game. Parrish V from the US. All right, let's see how he did. Okay, so 89%, not bad. We had a miss and 2 inaccuracies. So, yeah, I mean, these are obviously book moves, but not really fighting for the center. And then already black has a slight advantage. Okay, so c5 was best. Knight c6, bishop f5, 10th or so off. Yep, pin is best. And now black has a nice little edge. Taking is the correct move. And that's just when we're just removing a defender of the pawn, right? That is crazy. That's guys. That has to be like 13 out of 15, or like 14 out of the past 16 times that when we take something for free, the best move is to literally put it right back where it was. Okay. Yep. E6 is best. So all this is great. I mean, white's already lost -2, and they're just down a central pawn. Okay, that's good. These are all best moves. Best. Okay, so that was one of our inaccuracies. So it wanted to push to, okay. Yeah, pushing here does look strong because now you're just coming I mean, even let's just say white makes a random move. We push even if they play that, you just play this, and we're crashing through. It's kinda like that minority. Yeah, you see that's the best move. It's kinda like it's not a minority attack, but it's that minority attack mindset where you're just pushing, trying to give up a pawn or just trying to, um, just destroy the pawn chain, destroy the structure. So, yeah, a little bit of a slight misstep on my part. Okay, taking was fine. Pushing was fine. Yeah, that was good. That was the best move. Ah, that was our miss. Okay, so I wanted to go double attack, right? So we go here, we're hitting the rook, and we are potentially threatening to take the pawn. Yeah, definitely makes some sense for sure. So what we played was, ooh, that was actually a pretty big miss. Um, yeah, here was our second inaccuracy, but I just had this on my mind, right? Whenever you got the king lined up with your queen, you always got to worry about these knight checks because the pawn is pinned. So I mean, we're setting up a incredible royal fork, right? I don't know that there's anything they can really do to stop it. I mean, you can't move the pawn because that loses immediately. Even if you play this, we still play this. We still fork your king and queen, and if you take, we still take, and it's still pinned. So, yeah, that's a pretty hard fork to stop. That was the best move. Okay, so that was the right continuation. All right, next. All right, we have K. Karbowski with the advanced variation in game number 9. Good luck. Okay, so let's go. Um, let's take. Okay, play A6. Make sure nothing comes into the B5 square, and now we pin. And now we're back. Oop. Okay, so this is that situation where we can take D4, but they have 2 attackers on D5, so we actually don't want to take that. That's good for white. So we play E6, and now we're threatening D4. Okay, good move. Let's go Queen B6 to hit both of these. Don't think that works because we can just give a check, and the queen is not here to defend. So you got to go back here, and now that drops. Oof. That- hmm. I guess they can go here because that is protected by the bishop. Then that drops D4. Yeah, this fell apart quickly. Okay, do they have any checks? I don't see it. Yeah, we're just simply removing the defender of the. We're hitting the queen, and we're removing the defender of the rook. So they don't have time to do something like this because we're hitting the queen. So now I think we take something for free, just drop it right back. Anything wrong with this? They don't have any checks. They can't go rook here as that drops the knight. We are threatening this. Yeah, so I'm thinking fianchetto. They could go knight. Sorry, they could go knight a4. I feel like maybe this is a little bit greedy because then maybe they go bishop here and they've got some discoveries. No, maybe not. That looks fine. Everything looks just a little risky because we're not castled. So, like, D4, they take, we take, they can play this check, and I guess we can take with a pawn, and then they take our knight here. I guess that's okay. That's just, ugh. Just don't know. Push, takes, check, takes, queen takes. It's not ideal. Kind of just want to play knight G6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I mean, we probably have something here, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just gonna play this again. Knight A4. We can pick up E5. Okay, so now they are threatening that because they're covering the knight. Yeah, that makes sense. But now I think maybe we can just take. They go rook here, and we take the bishop. Take our queen. We take their queen. Also, now we might have the fork. Yeah, now we have the fork because the queen's not here. What's wrong with this move? Yeah, if they go here, then we just take the knight. What? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we desperately need to get castled. I think we're okay here. Okay, good move. I think we just defend. Yeah, now we should be fine. If they push F4, I think we have this move. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go knight here. This is defended by the bishop. Maybe knight here. Hitting the pawn. And attacking the rook. I mean the bishop, excuse me. Let's go here. Okay. Let's go here. Now I think we're just threatening that. There's no way to attack the rook with the light squared bishop. I think we're just threatening that. The rook has nowhere to go. What? Yeah, that loses the exchange. Actually, I guess that just loses a full rook. And now we push. Let's kick that. Now we push. Bishop here. I don't want to push and then recapture with the bishop. I want to put the bishop here first. I'm going to take your bishop. Oh, I guess they could do that too. Oops. I don't know what I was thinking there. 22 seconds. Okay. Let's defend this. Now we can make some free moves. Let's get this move in. knight here and mate. Check. Let's blockade this. No, that's mate. I put the rook on b1 just so they couldn't sacrifice the rook for one of our rooks. Just kind of a little intermezzo blockade there. This might not have been all that great, but we'll see how we did. 90%. That's actually a little better than I would have thought. We had a miss and a handful of inaccuracies. Let's check this out. We have another advanced variation. Now we pin. Yeah, I like to wait maybe just a couple of moves and see if we can get that pin in there. Oh, gosh. That was the correct move? I didn't think that was any good. Because we take... And then I thought, can I not do this? Oh. Oh, they can't do that. That's right, because we're threatening knight c2. Ah, that's right. That's right. Okay. There's no bishop on d3. Okay. So yeah, little oversight on my part. I guess I was thinking about sometimes this d4 pawn is hanging when there's a bishop on d3. But yeah, that's a big threat. So yeah, that is just... So if they go here, don't they still win this pawn though? This is good for black? I don't know. I mean, they're threatening this. We're supposed to go rook d8. Check. We have to go here. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just... That's one of those times where I'm like, computer be gone with you. I don't like this at all. So yeah. I'm not gonna be going for that line. I just know I have a line in my repertoire like that where if you take it, that kind of position comes up, and I just deleted it from my repertoire. It's like I'm just not even gonna go there. Okay, back to the review. Yeah, we're not taking that. Okay, so that couple of inaccuracies there. So it wanted us to go queen b6 first. Okay. Once again, it wants us to do it, and then we do it, and it doesn't like it anymore. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Usually there's a queen there to be able to defend, and this check doesn't really do much, but that was another inaccuracy. It wants to take on d4 first. Interesting. What's the difference there? There's only a difference of about 4/10 of a pawn. Not too big of a difference. Okay. So there were 3 or 4 of our inaccuracies right there kind of in a row. And now we take it, of course, it's the best move. Wow, look at that. One of the few times we put it right back and it's not the best move. Yeah, so the fork here, I was looking at this and I decided against it. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that's a mistake. Yeah, because this did not look right. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So it wanted us to do what? Want us to drop the queen back. Okay. Yeah, now we have the fork because the queen is not there with these discovered checks stuff. Yeah, just take. That's fine. Best. Wow. Best. Wow, that was a lot of best moves in a row. So we're happy when we see that. Push, yeah. Yeah, I hallucinated here. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking, I guess I was thinking our knight was already there, but obviously it doesn't really matter. The engine just says that's a good move, giving up the bishop like that. And then from here, I think it was all pretty good. Yeah, the little blockade maneuver to not. I mean, they could have gone there the move before. Yeah, they could have gone here, and we could have gotten it off. 12 seconds, that would have been easy to pre-move. But anyway, all right. Let's go on to game number 10. Game number 10, we have Laugh My A Off. Aha. Okay. Give us a classical. The advanced. Okay. Take. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm not sure we can get away with taking E5 here. I think that's a mistake. So here, I think we just, um, yeah, because after takes, there's some check stuff. I think we play A6. I think they push E. I think we just play E6 here in this weird line. Yeah. Yeah, that E6 push I think is very bad. Black, kind of a tricky line. Now I like pinning the knight. Maybe you have to go backward. Oh, you're gonna let us double the pawns? What? That is very kind of you. Okay, let's go queen c7. Put some pressure on e5. If they go bishop f4, then we can transfer them the knight to. Okay, I'll push g6 here. I don't necessarily want them pushing f5, although that drops e5. Okay, now I'm thinking about maybe parking the light squared bishop on c4. Hitting at some point. Okay, let's go ahead and go. Maybe get this knight to f5. Bishop a4. Wow, they played it anyway. Wow, that drops e5. That's crazy. That is crazy. I like our position against these double pawns. I think we want to take here. Yeah, let's just take. This and these guys are going to be very weak. I don't mind having an open G file. Oh. Pause the video. Tactics recognition condition number 1, pieces lined up on the same straight line. We push D4, and both of these guys are hit. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the game. Yep. Okay, so I don't think there's any need to castle in this game. Let's go ahead and get on the G file. Put some pressure. Okay, let's go here. Let's pin the bishop. I mean, heck, we could even, I was going to say, we could even sacrifice the queen there. It'd be 2 rooks versus 1. That'd be an easier way to play. Let's go queen to c6. I'll put all our pieces on light squares away from the dark squared bishop. Oh, that's another. Pause the video. That's another condition number 1. Pieces lined up on the same straight line. Boom. Got that and that. They're going to have to play rook d2. Yep. Good game. Laugh my A off. So if you're going to do that, then we are going to. Sorry, I do have to make fun of somebody who has LMAO because they're trying to. I'm not a big fan of people who use screen names where they're like, "Haha, I win," or "I beat you," or you lose," that kind of stuff. Like, nah, we gotta. Sorry, bro, we gotta put you in your place there if you're gonna come out like firing like that. Okay, so let's see how we did. All right, 87%. No blunders, misses, mistakes. We had a few handful of inaccuracies. Okay, so all this was yeah, this weird move order. So when they play knight here, I'm pretty sure you cannot take on e5 here. Yes. Okay, so file that one away in your memory banks, guys. When these two knights are on these two squares in the opening, it looks like a free pawn, and it is a free pawn. But it's a bit of a trap because now the line is well, they got a couple of options. They can give the check here, but they can also go knight here, and this is very, very uncomfortable because they're double attacking this pawn, and like bishop coming here, and all of a sudden they got some coordination on the c7 square. So very, very careful about being greedy there. So I don't know how. Um, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm trying to think of a silly little way to remember this on the fly. And I was like, just remember, I was thinking, okay, if you take, just remember triple knights, KK. Oh God. I'm so sorry. No, that's a horrible, horrible way to remember it. How about triple N? N, night, night, night. Oh, okay, so this is no good. Or the buzzer, right? Or the X, tic tac toe. Maybe that's a silly way to remember it. Don't go for the tic tac toe 3 nights in a row. There we go. Don't go for the tic tac toe 3 nights in a row. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We hit the jackpot on that one. Okay. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm about to say something I'd have to. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. So that's, yeah. And E6 was the best move. Okay. Yep. Blocking the bishop's fine. Oh, taking on the pawn's best. Okay. What was the difference there? Yeah. I guess C5 is coming, but this bishop is kind of not in such a great position. Okay, so file that away to take with a pawn. And it didn't like pinning the knight, but it loves taking double the pawns. Okay. Yeah, the reason I didn't play knight f5 straight away, even though the engine says that's the best move, is I don't like this so much. I mean, I guess yeah, it's decent for white, half a pawn. This just looks makes my stomach turn. I don't know. Again, the engine's brutal. Sees 30 moves in advance. I don't know. That just don't play stuff if you're not comfortable with it. And I just don't like that. So I wanted to go ahead and push the G pawn so that now when they push, I guess that's all of our inaccuracies. Yeah, now we're fine. Now black is better. And of course that allows the tactic. Yeah. And now we're threatening. I was hoping they wouldn't see it. Threatening checkmate. I didn't say anything, but that doesn't help. Okay, so good I guess good game. LMAO. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm trying, guys, to get as many games in as I can. So let's go to a game 11. All right, trying hard, guys, get you as many games as I can. I'm going to try to squeeze in 12 games in this video because we're just not seeing the other variations. Okay, E6 is the move, then C5. Oh, okay. Let's take that. and then play c5. Oh, okay. Take or c6. Play c6 first. Only reason I'm thinking about this because they say that hangs e5, but then they play b4. So I think, yeah, we'll just stick with our normal stuff. What is that? Why are they giving up a pawn? What that is? Okay. Not familiar with this gambit.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Am I playing the reverse Danish gambit? What is this? What in the heck is this? I don't even know what to do. Um, Part of me says to push pawn to c2. I guess they can corral that. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I'm just going to take the pawn. I'm not understanding anything. So I kind of just want to go queen b6. You take, we take, and this is hanging. Okay. Wow. I'm going to force you to take that. You must take, or you lose more material. Now this is hanging. Uh-huh. I guess we'll just put the knight on f5. They can't go here. Okay, maybe knight on g6, but I kind of like hitting the queen. How many pawns are we up? 5? We're up 2. Okay, I'm just going to hit the queen. And then maybe play g6, fianchetto, call it good. Actually, wait a minute. That doesn't work because they have rook b1. I was going to say d4, and the bishop has no squares, but they can throw this in. But then we go here. Bishop backs up. This is weird. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That weakens this too much. Let's just fianchetto and get castled. We're up enough material. This is a weird game. The computer's going to tell us we should have played c5 like 48 moves ago. What? Okay, I am going to push c5, and then we'll think about this. I want to. What is going on? In the night. Ooh, got a good move here. You guys see it? Knight h4, double attacking the knight. If you take it with the queen, we take the knight with check. And you can't move the knight. So you got to take this. And then we take, and then we're infiltrating. I don't see a move here for white. So, what? Bro.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
That was weird. That was a weird game, man. Yeah. It's just a mate and two there. Okay, so let's see how we did. Okay, 87%. No blunders, misses, or mistakes. Again, a few inaccuracies. Okay, normal stuff. Yeah, so again, a slightly weird move order. Pin it, then e6. That's very important to remember to throw in that e6 before we go c5 when the bishop comes out and they have not moved their c-pawn yet. Okay, c5 is best. Taking's fine. Blocking's fine. And why did they not take this pawn? I don't understand. And then they didn't take that one. And we took another pawn. This is like the Danish Gambit. That's kind of weird. Okay, didn't like that. Was one of our inaccuracies. It wanted to get the knight out first. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes some sense. Get the knight out, and then now you're not in a pin anymore. So if they move the bishop, that falls. If you put the other knight on e7, then they take, you take back with the other knight, still threatening that, still putting pressure here. Okay. Yeah, about 5/10 of a pawn. Okay, so we got hammered a little bit because it kept wanting knight g to e7, and now we're just golden. Okay, like that. Didn't like that. That was another inaccuracy. Okay. Okay, yeah, we did get in h5. Okay. Doesn't like castling. I don't know. I'm sorry. As a human, I want to get castled. I want to get castled. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pushing was best. Queen there was fine. These are all excellent moves. And I had this in mind. I was thinking if they play something, we're going to get a free pawn. Now they actually pushed the pawn, but I think we still. Oh, come on, man. What? It doesn't like that move? That's an inaccuracy? I thought that might be like a brilliant or something. I mean, it just completely opens up white. Computer just wants to push. Yeah, pass pawns must be pushed. I don't know. I just thought being able to take this knight infiltrating was quite strong. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you gotta. You gotta take and take and. I was kind of hoping they'd take. I was going to take with the king, and then bring in the rooks to the G and the H files. So okay, quite the interesting game there. All right, one last one, game 12. All right, game number 12. We have some F's and C's. What are we going to get? How about a classical? One time? Yeah. Kind of classical variation. Is it going to be Alien Gambit, Mainline, or Tartic Hour? Oh, the Alien Gambit. Oh, man.
So you have chosen death.
Well, it's better than the other variations. Okay, so when they put the knight on f3, we always play c5, bishop here. We block with the pawn, not the bishop, because knight e5 check will hurt. Yep, we go back to our safe haven, always on g8, and now we throw the pawn in front to block. And now it's time for knight c6, and we are good. And white has nothing here. So a lot of times they'll put the knight here on g6, yeah, like that. I mean, the best, I'm pretty sure the best move here is just to take with the pawn and give this up. But like I said, I've had a lot of success. It's not the best move. I've had a lot of success with just playing rook h7. So yeah, and unfortunately here I think we just take the pawn. They take, we take. If they take here, we take the queen first, and then we take back. So I don't think this is a problem at all. They don't have any. Yeah, so right. Takes, if you take the rook, then we take the queen first and then take your bishop. Yeah. So this unfortunately doesn't work. And black is ahead. So I guess b6 probably is correct. Maybe fianchetto the bishop. Or even give a check. The tempo. Yeah, I think I'll give the check, and if the king goes back, then we fianchetto with tempo. I like. Otherwise, they're going to have to go back to the D file somewhere. Yeah, and now we don't have the light squared bishop, so putting everything on light squares, and we'll just play. Yeah, I guess we play this first. That's putting the king on a dark square, but I don't see how they attack us on the dark square. And then we'll just offer to trade. Ooh. Knight b4 looks juicy. How are you defending both of these pawns? Yeah, we're threatening that to trade more material. If you go here, that's passive. Then we get control of the D file. Yeah, it would definitely snap that guy off. Not even close. Well, let's trade a set of rooks. And we should be good. 2 pieces versus the rook. Good move. Let's hit the pawn. Let's go here, threatening that. Getting both of these. Let's take. Don't really want to let them push. Let's hit the rook first. Yeah, I don't guess there's a way we can stop that. Okay, let's go g4. If they push, we'll give a check. Then maybe stick the knight on g4. Right, so check. Put the knight here, and you can't attack the knight, and you can't attack the H pawn. Yeah, you can't go there. I said. We're trying to get our knight.
You can't touch this.
No, I can't touch our knight. Can't do it. Good game. F, C, F, 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 C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C, C. Let's see how we did. Okay, so this this leg of the speed run has been all about the 89% 90. Okay, so we had no inaccuracies, which is pretty rare, but we did have 2 misses. Okay, so we got a classical. Thank you, my friend FC, FFF, CF, 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 CC. At least we got something different. We have the alien gambit, and we know to push C5. We know to back up to G8. We know to block that with E6. And here, this is where the computer just wants to develop. It just, yeah, put pressure here. It doesn't like it. I mentioned that during the game, but I don't know. I've had a lot of success with just sticking the rook on H7, and the way the game played out is kind of what I've seen a lot of. It's just not that good for white. Maybe next time I'll put the knight on C6, let them have the exchange, and just kind of see what that looks like. Okay, so that was our miss. We wanted that's a miss. It wanted us to take with the pawn. Okay. Yeah, I saw that they didn't have any meaningful. They don't have any meaningful. They don't have any checks other than this, which doesn't work because again, which I thought maybe was something they might do, but it's still okay for black. Yeah, this just doesn't work. Black is killing it. Minus 2.5, completely winning. From here, I guess we had another miss somewhere. Yeah, that was best. Yeah. Get that bishop off the board. Middle game strategy number 2, locate your opponent's best piece and trade it off. This is their best piece. Maximum scope, protected, well-centered. Get that guy out of here. Okay. This trading rooks is okay. Yeah, that's best. All right, where is our miss? That's best. That's best. That's best. That's fine. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice, nice, nice. Yep. Sweet. Oh, wait. I thought we had 2 misses. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, that was one of our misses. Oh, and then taken. Okay, yeah. Taken with the queen instead of the pawn. Okay. Yeah, other than that, I thought that was a pretty straightforward alien gambit. All right, so that is the end of this speed run. We hit exactly 1400 on the nose. So as always, I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed this, and please consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell notification, all that good stuff if you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one where we will take the account from 1400 up to 1500. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you on the next one.